Well, good morning everybody, it's Richard here. Welcome back to the channel. And I'm still getting over my flu that I had all of last week. And though I uploaded a video recently about my new Truckcamper, which you've just seen the first episode of that, I then got a very nasty flu infection, flu bug, and it's really knocked me for sideways. So this is the second week of the recovery really. Last week I was feeling really bad. I then got over that. I've been working, but it's hard work. But I thought I'd come to the workshop today and give you a bit of an update about where we are, and I've got a little project I'm going to share with you today. So today is Thursday, and I had in my possession a new sat-nav which I've been using, the new TomTom, which you may have seen. If you haven't, you will do at some point. It's really good. It connects to the internet, so it gives you real-time updates, and I'm really happy with it. It's a much bigger screen. However, I still got my old one, and the reason the old one is still with me is because it suddenly stopped working, and I discovered that the battery was completely knackered. It had had its life. I'd had it about a decade, and John Cleese is the voice on there, which you may have heard in previous videos. If you haven't, when I'm travelling around the country. So it's a TomTom Start, which is this one here. So I thought, well, I don't like throwing things away, you know what I'm like. So I'm going to investigate this. So I managed to open it up, and I've opened it up here. There we are. And I took out the old battery. So today I'm going to put the new one in. I've sent off, they're only literally £9, that's all they are. And so I sent off the new one, because this one you can tell has been slightly, it's sort of blown. It sort of feels, it's blown up. It's sort of not straight, not square as it used to be. So that's the one that's not working. It wouldn't charge anymore when I put it on the charger. So this is the new one. So I thought we could do that together today, and then apart from all the other little jobs that I want to do on the Truckcamper, which I'll show you around in there as I said I would, which has been quite a journey really. Today the temperature is 15 degrees in here, which is quite, and the sun is streaming through the workshop garage door, so hopefully that will be okay. So yes, so what I'm going to do is move you on the stand, and then you can see what I see. Hang on a second, hold fire. So hopefully you can see what I'm seeing here. Let's put a bit of extra light on here. So this is the main component. This is the case this comes in. So I'm going to move that out of the way, and then I'm going to see, are we in shot? I think we are in shot, yes. So what I have to do now is the battery connects to somewhere here. Oh yes, here it is here. Right, so the battery connects to here. Like so. The screws come out. And then this battery then goes there. And then this bit is the fun time part. I think that goes in there. Or that way around, 1, 2. Screws. Take my glasses off to do this. Like so. There we go. Like that. And then what I've got to do now, I've got to push. I've got to screw these back in again. Bear with me a second. are very tiny screws, so I'm going to attempt to just trying to work out where they go now, because my glasses back on again. I can't see on. Can't see if you're looking here. Okay, I'm just going to stop you and come back in a second. So I've got one in. This is a bit of a fiddle, that was. I'm now going to put the other ones in. These are so tiny, these screws. And they're all, that's the bigger one. There's one that hits the whole thing. So what you have to do then is put the next one in there, see it? Can you see that or not? I don't know. No, he doesn't want to go in there. I can't really see where I'm going here with this. See, I assume that... Oh, there we go. So, let's see what happens. I'll plug the cable in here. Let's see what happens when I switch it on and I power it up. Let's have a go. It's not going to work, or it is going to work. There we go. You see that right? Yes, you can. There we go. There we are. Done. There we go. I'm waiting for GPS signal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it charge up, and then I'm going to try it again. It's clearly working, which means that this old battery's gone, so I'll chuck it out. And I can then, I'll have to do some sticking, because the edging there, you can see where it's doesn't quite meet. I'll have to stick that back, but it's given it a bit of extra life, so I can then fix this bit, and then this bit goes into the car holder, which I can then use it for both Passio My 124 and the bus and the Sunshine. For local trips. The other one is much better, but I thought it was worth investing in getting it fixed. The other thing I'm going to do is I've got this, my old printer here, and I'm in the middle of doing that, so that's another job I'm going to do. So I'll take you along with that one as well. But anyway, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching that, and see you in a minute. One of the things I've decided to buy for the new Truckcamper is a clock for inside. I managed to pick this one up on eBay for about £6. It's got a new mechanism fitted, and there you go. So I'm going to give this a bit of a clean this afternoon, and with some Brasso or something of that nature, just to give it a, so then I'm going to position it in the camper when I show you that. So we'll do that in a second. So yeah, so hold fire a second. So you've seen me sort of do this sort of stuff before, and I'm going to just put some of this Brasso onto here. It's difficult. I used to have a clock actually that was very similar to this that I bought in my local charity shop, and I used it in my office in London for quite a few years when I was up there. People used to admire it because it had like a retro look to it. And of course, when I cleared out the workshop last year, or this year as it still is, I actually gave it away. Music you hear in the background is Classic FM. I'm sure they won't mind. You're just having a bit of entertainment. So Alexander Armstrong there on the radio. So there we go. So let's just see what that's going to come up like. Right, let's find a cloth. This old towel here. Always wear a pair of gloves for this job. Christmas carol on the radio. I think that's quite festive, really. A bit of a muck on there. This flue thing really knocks you sideways. I have to say, though I'm doing these jobs, I wish I felt better. Yesterday I had a meeting and had some minutes to write up afterwards, which I did okay. But I feel okay, and then all of a sudden I think, oh no, I don't feel okay anymore. So it's a case of forging on, really. There we go, it's coming a bit off there. So I'll do the rest of it off camera and I'll come back to you. So there we go. There we are. Looks quite nice, isn't it? We'll fit that in the camper when I show you around. I've got some little jobs to do. These all little jobs are quite important, apart from the main ones. So yes, it's good. But I think I'll agree that would look nice. I need to find a home for it out there. Home for it there. So yeah, be back soon. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Richard here, and welcome to the truck camper van. This is the first full video, really. I'm going to show you around and do a few jobs today. You've probably seen the first one, which was the all about where I collected the vehicle from, or rather I purchased it and came down to Kent, arranged for Bailey Grove Transport to bring it back. Today we're going to look around a bit more. The weather has somewhat improved slightly. It's still, I suppose, it's 15 degrees in here, so I thought to do a little tour. Some of this stuff I'm actually still learning myself, because I've never owned one of these truck campers before, though I have seen them on YouTube a lot. Kevin Wild is one of the channels I follow, and Kevin goes all around Canada, so and following him, so that's quite interesting. I'll put a link to his channel because it really is very relaxing watching what he does in Canada. Very much different from the UK. This particular truck camper is a 1971 version. Believe it or not, I can't believe that it's actually goes back that far. Just moves the cable out of the way. To 1971. The actual vehicle it's sitting on is a Toyota Hilux 3 litre 4x4, which dates from 2013, so a little bit later than the actual item itself on here. But I thought this vehicle was, this part of it, this camper van part, was actually much later. I thought it was in the 2000s because it's in really good condition, and so I'm going to do a bit of a tour today of that. And I've got some upgrades to do as well, so little items I've done. You saw earlier I did some work on the clock I'm going to put up on the wall in here, and that. So yeah, without further ado, I thought perhaps I'll take you around to show you what the main features are of this part of the camper bit that you live in, basically, which is quite nice. It's a whole fire. So if we start with the entrance, this is the entrance way here. If I step outside and then I can step back in again. Here we go. So this is the back of the vehicle. Here you have this door here. This panel, by the way, is so you can see straight through from the actual driving pad, but in fact we've got a rear view camera here, so I don't need to worry about that. There is actually a step as well which pulls out here, but I've got this other bit here, this caravan step, so nicely step up inside. And as you come into the vehicle itself, you're met with a kitchen, which is very nice. I've got a little bit of repair work to do on this here. We have a full microwave. This is only usable when you've got the Shoreline power fitted, and so which I haven't. I've actually bought a cable which is here, this cable here, and also an adapter so you can plug it into a 3-pin. And then so you've got a full kitchen with 3 burners, which is quite nice. All propane gas, which is on the side. There's a side panel there which you can open, which I haven't explored very much about yet. You've got a sink. You have a hot and cold water system, which runs from inside here. Oops. So the hot water runs from in here. The fridge here as well, full fridge. So open the fridge. Here we go. With a freezer box, Electrolux. And then it either runs off 12-volt electrical system, which there's a solar panel, or you can run it off the propane. So there's a switch here to put the whichever one you want on. There we go. So that's on, and that's off. That's off there. So, and then you've got controller here, and also the propane's this side as well. So I haven't explored that at all. So then we've got a small window here with blackout curtain. Got a full cupboard here. I put the radio in there for the time being. When I'm working out here, I put the radio on. Plenty of cupboard space. And I've found these boxes. I'm going to do some work on damping those. Some damping ideas for that. We've got a full skylight here. Let light in. As well, this opens fully, so you can go out there, and the panel is the solar panel sits on the roof, and then you've got full bed area here, which is very, very nice, and very nice there. So if we're sleeping lengthways, headboard at the top, and then cupboards down there, more cupboards with more hooks there. Do that at all. And then coming around here, more cupboard space, loads of storage, and then you've got a more seating area here, and then there's a place for the table, which I haven't explored yet. I've got an idea I'm going to make more work surface here, so you've got a bit more working surface here to do things once you're underway, as it were. And then cupboards here. This is from the solar, from the roof. And on the side here we've got the electrical supply. We're running at 13.3 volts at the moment from the storage battery, which is underneath here. Storage battery's in here. There we go. And then another cupboard here where the solar is, where it comes in. There we are, 13.3 amps volts coming off the solar panel, which feeds into the battery. So I'm not sure if the shoreline actually then will charge the battery up or not. I haven't worked that one out yet. So, but yes, and then back here we have a small bathroom. There we go. and a toilet. There we go. So. All very convivial, really. So quite a nice living space, I think. And then I'm going to upgrade some of the lighting as well, because it's halogen lighting. I'm going to put some LED lighting in there, which will save a bit of power. So this, for example, is here. I'm going to change that over. I've got a light. I'm going to test that out. Got some small lights here, like that. So yes, and over here the same. Got some more lighting. More lights here, quite nice little lights. So yes, all very convivial. USB ports here, cigarette lighter there. I think there's a USB port here. There we go. So yes, 2 of those to charge things up, which is quite nice, and a European type plug there. So it's quite good. And then you've got your heat controller here, which you set when you want that to come on once the gas has been turned on. So it's quite, and some other bits I picked up on the journey already. So very, very nice. no damp at all, no leaking at all. The forward cupboards, also more storage there. So yeah, and I've put in a few little solar lights here. At night they come on, running from the solar panel on the roof there. So yeah, so very nice. And then I'll take you around the front and we'll look inside the cab itself. So the actual vehicle itself is, as I say, on the back of a Hilux, this rather nice red colour, and it's a 3-litre diesel engine running on these very nice tyres, so 4x4. So looks like the birds have already done a few things. Full MOT and everything already there, and so looking very good at the moment. In this panel here we have the Cala gas. There we go. There we are. UN, that's the 1978 on there. So Cala Gas Limited, Warwick. GB carriage only. There we go. I don't know how much is in there, I haven't worked that out yet. And that panel, I've got to sort out the lock there, because then you've got the electrical hookup for Shoreline here. In the back we've got a panel here for the toilet, empty the toilet, that's to fill the toilet there. And then these here are the jacks, so you can take either stabilise or you can actually take the camper part off. Ventilation for the fridge, ventilation for the heater, water here to put your cold water fill. So yes, in very good condition really in that respect. Only cover, I think it's something like 34,000 miles this vehicle. It's in very good condition. I got myself a disc lock because these vehicles do get stolen, and I was advised by Simon from Lady Grove Transport this will be the best one to get in, so I've invested in that. And yeah, so it's a double cab, which means you've got plenty of room in the back, and even the back seat will lift up, and you can then put a bike in the back here and all the other bits. So I've got some work to do here. Bought some new car mats, other bits and pieces, so it needs a good clean. But yes, the tie downs are here, new tie downs. So it's strapped onto the back of the vehicle, so but looking very good. So yeah. So far so good. Let me know what you think. So welcome back to the Truckcamper, and today I thought I'd tell you a few more things I've been doing in here since the last video, which was a couple of days ago. So in the bathroom I have given this a complete clean, and I'm going to have a look today at the other side of this, because this toilet down here, there we go. I've cleaned all that. It was quite mucky, nothing nasty, but it's just, I think it had never been cleaned for a long time. And also I have cleaned all the walls, so these are much better now, and taken the shower unit off because I'm not going to use that. I've disconnected it from here. The sink bit I've cleaned as well. There's a lot cleaner. So yes, well, that lifts out or not. It might do somehow. I think it lifts out. I haven't done that yet. So I've cleaned all that off. Put some mats in there. I'm not going to use the shower tray. And I'll probably put some rails up in here so I can hang some clothes. I've also cleaned this part, which is the skylight, so that's a bit of ventilation in. So this pushes up and then you can let the air in. And there's a screed that goes over that, which is this bit here. There we go, I've cleaned that. Temperature in here today is a cool 15 degrees, so it's quite mild. And also we're pulling in 14 14 volts on there. That's quite good for that battery from the solar, so that's quite good as well. So today I thought I'd just examine the outside loos. I need to make sure that all the water's gone in the right place, so let me do that in a minute with you. So you have a look, you can see daylight coming up there now. So I've taken the cassette out, so if I show you the other side of that, you can see how that operates. So this is the cassette, and that's the inside of the unit. It's a model cassette there, code on that. I'm not sure what these do here. There's a couple of AA batteries there. I don't know what they do. I haven't worked that out yet. So yeah, there's some instructions which are a bit worn. But I have emptied the cassette. So the cassette itself is here. I'll show you what that does. This bit is just a cover when you're travelling, and then you open up this bit, and that allows all the waste to go in the cassette, and then you can empty it via this unit here. So at the moment I've just closed it up, and then this bit goes there, and then this whole thing just fits into this space like so, and that's now closed up. So it's quite clever. There was nothing in there. I emptied it, cleaned it all out with some disinfectant and Zalflora just to give it a big clean, and wiped the door around like so. And then you can just close this up like so, and then lock it. There we go. That's it done. That's that bit. And then inside, if I open the loo up again, it smells much cleaner than it did yesterday. Then you can see where it's covered over there. There we are. So there we go. All done. All done. So here you can see the shower unit I've taken off, and the curtain, the hooks, because there was this very old shower curtain inside here which connects to here, this rail, and I've taken that down. And yes, I've also got a mirror I'm going to put up in here as well, and the hooks, so I'm not going to use those. I'm going to find a home for that in all the cupboards. But I want to take this door off the fridge today because we've got a bit of laminate that's moving. You might be able to see that, look. That needs sticking, so I can stick that back with some Bostik, and on that basis, yes, so there we go. So the other thing is I've upgraded the lighting, or started to. So this light, you probably don't get a really good idea, although this is an LED light. In this daylight you probably can't see the difference, but that's LED against halogen here. Probably the camera won't pick that up, but that's using more electricity than the actual LED one. So I've ordered LEDs all round now, so that light and this one, and these small ones here, which are the small lights here, which I'm going to also upgrade, so that's going to happen as well. Yes, so that's, and then I've got the table here as well, which I'll explain a little bit about in a future video. So I've taken the door off, just undoes one like a real screw here, and that also allow me to get in there and clean that out a bit better actually as well today. And I'm going to stick the veneer back on again, so I'll take this into the workshop and we'll have a look at it in there. Oh, fire. So excuse the flickering, but what I've done is this strip, I took the strip off, and this whole piece then was loose. So what I'm thinking of doing, I think this is extra because it doesn't quite fit. You can see here, if I take this one off for a second, sorry about the flickery lights, I want to see if I can turn this one off. That's better. Oh no, nice to see, isn't it? If I take this off for a second, without dropping the screw. Hang on a second, I'll just put the camera down. So if I take this strip off now. So what I've done now is I've now finished fixing the laminate back on the door, so this is now done. You probably can't see much of that. And also I've cleaned inside the fridge there. If I come in through this way. So there you go. A little box here. Now I know this works because you've got two switches. You've got one here, that's on now, and that's the main switch. And then this side we've got the propane. And I've noticed there's a little window in there. You can just about see that round thing in the corner. That tells you when it's light, which I will test at some stage. So all in all, there we go, locked it down. It's now being complete. That looks a lot better. It doesn't flutter about in the breeze. So yeah, I just got some other holes I've discovered. I'll just show you here. I've got a hole up here, which must go to the solar, so I'm going to block this up with some mastic in a minute. And there. Now I need to also cover this electrical box over here, so the wires aren't exposed. I can put a light in here, I think that'd be an idea. So yes, there we go. See you shortly. So just to finish off, I've now blocked up the hole there with some mastic, and also there with some mastic. Taking off those little cover things that were on. This is the solar power here, and I need to find the cover for that unit so it doesn't get fouled. I might take this back to a power off actually and have a look in what's behind here, because this 13 amp socket doesn't work. The others are all working, so that's good. So this is obviously for power, for shore power only, which I've got the cables for. So we're getting there slowly, and I want to put a shelf up in here, and I've got some shelving I'm going to do in the other one. So yes, so we're getting there. Fridge looking good. I sealed the floor as well. You probably can't see that. I've sealed the floor. There's a little bit of rot underneath that, but I'm not going to worry about that too much at this stage. And I mean underneath, I don't mean inside the van. It's not really water or anything. So yeah. Anyway, see you shortly. Right. Well, I've got a real special gift to give you all. This is a giveaway, and whoever contacts me first will get this box set, well, this set of DVDs. I'm a great fan, well, I've become a great fan of Downton Abbey, and I started watching it on Netflix, and then I got hooked, and so I've watched all 52 episodes of Downton Abbey, and then of course I wanted to get the box set so I could watch it again at leisure, you know, like later on, come round again. And of course, we now know that they've just released the film, the final film, the grand final. So, which I'm really looking forward to coming out on DVD, so I can watch it at home and see Mary, who's the main character, take over from, you know, her father, which is really great. I just love following the story. I have to say, at the time it came out, which is I think 2014, I think it came out. I saw one episode and I didn't think much of it. I was staying in a hotel somewhere. I just put it on the evening after I come back from the event I was at. But I have to say that I'm quite hooked on it at the moment, and so I have got the box set. But these DVDs I found in a charity shop, so rather than double up, I thought I'd let you have them as my viewers, and it will be a case of I shall, you know, you can have the whole set. There's quite a few here, and we'll go through them all. And all I ask is that you pay for the postage. Send me a check for the postage, or send me some, you know, some way of paying for the postage. But you're very welcome to have these if you like Downton Abbey. And so here we go. So the first one is Downton Abbey, the London season, which is very nice. The second one is A Journey to the Highlands. The third one is Downton Abbey, series 6. Okay, it's a 6 series. Downton Abbey, the final. Of course, now we've got the grand final. And the last one is Downton Abbey, Christmas at Downton Abbey, which is very, very nice. So if you would like these, I'll get them to stand up. If you'd like all these, you're very, very welcome to have these. And they are on offer here at no cost to you. Just literally, first person that says they'd like them will get them all. I'm not splitting up the pack, so I will give them all to you. And also, I will include a special feature which has appeared in the Telegraph magazine. Now this is dated, where are we? What's the date on this one? Whatever date this is, it's a few weeks ago now. There we are, there's the Downton Abbey bit there as well. Oh, here's stand up. In this, a whole series of articles in the Telegraph. Let me just find the other bits and pieces in here about how the filming was done at Highclere Castle and all the bits that went with there. So there we go, just there, and you can follow all the bits about Mr. Bates. And the interesting thing is that the downstairs was all done at Elstree Studios. Anything upstairs was actually done in the house. And there is also a very good series on YouTube about Highclere House and how the filming was done, how they had to keep the lighting consistent. So the entrance hall, they had to cover that all up and have their own lighting rather than the light that was coming in through the actual skylight, which is there. So, but I will include the Telegraph magazine, if you haven't already got that, as part of the pack. And that's my giveaway on this video, and I hope you enjoy them. If you do, I look forward to sending them off to you. So thank you for watching this video, getting this far, and yes, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the very next video coming shortly.